New forms for voters to register in Indiana are aimed at lowering the numbers in voter fraud. But as News 18's David DeLong reports, it's to fight a problem that is almost non-existent.
New voter registration forms allow for fewer opportunities for voter fraud by implementing a new element called the chain of custody, something that Purdue professor of political science Jay McCann says 35 other states have something similar.
When you vote in Indiana, you're going to be asked for a photo identification. We've seen, as I say, a few dozen states doing something similar, and I would put this reform sort of in that larger package of reforms.
Co-director of the Tippecanoe County Election Board, Jared Bond, says most voters won't see any differences in their voting because of this, and it's something that won't change a lot on the administration side either.
If we were to see a pattern of what we felt were fraudulent registrations, we would be able to look at those and see if there was a pattern that maybe the same group or whatever was registering that.
Bond says the changes are aimed to help when groups sign up voters. The groups will now be required to sign that they helped register the voter in 2 spots. This way, if a county election board notices an irregularity, they can contact who helped register.
We as election administrators know who registered that voter in case there was some sort of problem with the form.
The forms were issued to cut down the number of cases in voter fraud throughout the state. However, both McCann and Bond say that's something that is very rare.
We'll all be happily reassured that there's no evidence that Mickey Mouse or anybody else has actually tried to cast a vote. I mean, the incidence of in-person voter fraud is vanishingly low.
In the 2.5 years that I have been the co-director of the election board, I have not seen any cases of voter fraud with voter registrations. I guess in some other counties it could be more prevalent, but in Tippecanoe County we're pretty fortunate.
Bond says with the new forms you won't have to re-register to vote unless you have changed your name or address recently. David DeLong, News 18.
The new forms are already being used and available online.